Hello, I'm James, also known as Chinchous, and I am one of the coaches in the NorCal Draft League. So this is a draft league for Pokémon VGC in the Champions Regulation MB. And this is the first week. If you just want to skip right to the battle, I'll be leaving some timestamps or chapters so you can get right into the match. I just want to give a little overview. I don't want to go into too much detail, but just in case you have no idea what a draft league is, essentially each player / coach in a group has a certain amount of points. Each Pokemon has a certain point value associated with it. So generally, the stronger or more value a Pokemon has, it will have a higher point value. On top of this, each Pokemon can only be drafted to a singular team. The only exception to this are Mega Pokemon. These are considered separate entities, and they must hold the corresponding Mega Stone. They don't have to Mega Evolve, but they have to have the Mega Stone. And coaches take turns in a snake draft, choosing the Pokemon for their teams. For example, in the below diagram, person 1 starts, picks their Pokemon, then goes to 2, then goes to 3, then goes to 4, then 4 gets to choose again, since they were the last one in the draft order. Then it goes back around in the opposite direction. So then it goes to 3, 2, 1, and it just continues in that cycle. I'll probably link a video or two in the description with a more in-depth explanation of a draft league. I just want to keep it really simple. Anyways, so these are the Pokemon available to me in this week. So essentially each team or coach has access to 10 Pokemon, no more, no less, and they choose to bring 6 of these Pokemon into each week to fight a doubles battle against their matchup. And it's just the same rules on Pokemon Champions ranked ladder. You don't know what moves the Pokemon has. You don't know their items, their training. The only thing that you know is if a Pokemon is noted as Mega, it has to hold that Mega Stone. So I have Garchomp, Rotom Heat, Sylveon, Mega Pidgeot, Clefable, Mega Steelix, Espathra, Simipour, Empoleon, and Hisuian Decidueye. And here is my opponent's roster. So they have quite the scary team if you know what are the strong Pokemon in Pokemon Champions right now. So they have Basque Legion, which is one of the strongest Pokemon available. It does a lot of damage, and they have arguably the best Mega in the game right now in Mega Charizard Y. Just so valuable, setting up Sun for their team, and just has a lot of damage output. And they also have Mega Mawile, a little more underrated, but it just has so much damage output as well. Some notable other supports are Vileplume. It seems very slow based on the base speed you see there, but if you go max speed and have Chlorophyll, it is very fast and has access to Sleep Powder and after you for some shenanigans. Very scary. Talonflame has Tailwind. Kangaskhan and Lopunny have Fake Out. Spiritomb has access to Trick Room. Ditto can turn into whatever Pokemon it is across from when it switches into the battle. And Rampardos is a very strong glass cannon that can pop off in Trick Room. So when I first looked at this roster, I noticed that their strong damage dealers are weak to rock and electric. So I really wanted to take advantage of that with the mons that I brought, as well as their movesets. And I also noted that my number one scary part was Sleep Powder Vileplume, because I know from personal experience, because the team that I'm running right now on the rank ladder does use Vileplume. If you let the Sleep Powder Vileplume put things to sleep unchecked, it will do very well in supporting its the attackers on its side to just take away the game. So I really wanted to be sure that I don't instant lose to Sleep Powder shenanigans. My next concern was Ditto. This can be very scary. If you didn't know, Ditto has this ability where when it switches in, it can transform into the Pokemon it's across from. So this doesn't seem too bad, but you have to consider that it also takes the current stats of the Pokemon as well. So for example, if a Ceruledge used Sword Stance and doubled its attack stat, Ditto would copy those boosts as well as any of its stats were lowered. And that's really scary, especially if it has Scarf, which means it'll outspeed its what it copied, and it'll deal damage first. Or if it has Sash, it's most likely going to get at least one hit off. Caveat to what I said, it copies all of the stats except for its HP. I took that into consideration, and I didn't really want to run any moves that raise my stats, just so I don't accidentally let Ditto sweep away the game. And the last thing I noted was that this team has both Tailwind and Trick Room modes. So Mega Mawile is pretty scary. My main damage dealer, if you look at my team, is Garchomp, and it threatens Charizard very well. Under Tailwind, Mega Mawile can outspeed Garchomp. It's very scary, as well as Trick Room. Most of my mons are faster than Mawile, and the scary part is that all my slower mons are all kind of weak to its main attacking moves. So I really need a game plan in case they do go for Trick Room mode. Alright, let's go into what 6 Pokemon I chose for this week. So first, I brought Fairy, the Clefable. It is holding a Lumberry, which is really good into that Vileplume. It prevents it from going to sleep. So I can click Follow Me and take at least 2 turns away from Vileplume sleeping my attacking mon on Fairy's side. It has Moonblast for just 1 attacking move. It's a good attacking move, and Thunder Wave as its 3rd move. Just good speed control. I didn't really think of another move that could fit on this slot that would be more beneficial. And Protect. Second is Rick, the Simipour. It's holding a Rindo Berry in order to take a Solar Beam from Charizard comfortably. It's running Fake Out, just good overall move in doubles. Flinches one of the opponent's Pokemon. Flip Turn for a good pivoting move. If it's under Trick Room, it's pretty fast, so it can pivot out and bring in another Pokemon on my team quite safely. And it's also running Rock Slide, which will be very good into the opponent's Charizard and Talonflame. Simipour is actually 1 speed stat faster than Mega Charizard Y, so I should be able to get off a Rock Slide before it moves, as long as no other forms of speed control are on the field. And lastly, I have Helping Hand, just to give its partner's attacks a little boost in case they need it. Third, we have Oscar, the Espathra. Oscar, since it's an ostrich. And it's holding the citrus berry for some recovery. So it's running speed boost, so it can get pretty fast, and it'll outspeed all of the opposing mons, unless there's tailwind or something. Lumina Crash, just a good move. It deals solid damage, and it also reduces the Pokemon it targets special defense by 2 stages. It's running Trick Room just in case the opponent is leaning into the Tailwind mode, and I am having trouble dealing with that. And also running Sandstorm. After 1 speed boost, it under the sun, so I can set up Sandstorm, take away their weather, and protect, just to guarantee that I can get a speed boost off. Next is Dream, the Garchomp. It's holding Life Orb. Has rough skin, so any contact moves will chip the user a bit if they target Garchomp. Really standard set: Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Protect. Nothing too much to say here. It's just a solid mon, and it just wants to deal a lot of damage. And we got the Rotom Heat. Name is because it's like a microwave. It's holding a Choice Scarf. With the Choice Scarf, it outspeeds Max Speed, Vileplume, Under the Sun, and Mega Mawile under Tailwind. So I can get Electro Web off and slow them. I'm running Thunderbolt, just strong special attacks. Deal some damage, strong damage to their Basculegion and their Charizard. Overheat gives Rotom the ability to deal meaningful damage to Vileplume, and Trick in order to give an opposing mon the Choice Scarf that doesn't really want it. For example, if their Spiritomb is trying to set Trick Room, I can force them to click Trick Room again the next turn if they don't switch out. And lastly is Crystal, the Mega Steelix. Like I said earlier, a lot of my mons are very fast and will get steamrolled by their Trick Room sweepers if they get Trick Room set up. So I really wanted to have Mega Steelix just in case they go for a Trick Room plan, or I can set up Trick Room on my own with Oscar. Just 3 attacking moves: High Horsepower, Heavy Slam, and Rock Slide. Some of the strongest moves that Steelix has, and enough coverage. Needed Rock Slide in case I had to deal with Charizard or Talonflame. And yeah, that's pretty much the overview of my team. I'll clip in the recording of our match once that's completed. So yeah, thanks for watching.